Hello, Odooers, and welcome back. Today, we'll be taking a look at how we can use product variants to spice up our selection of manufactured products. As a reminder, variants are different versions of a main product in Odoo. In the manufacturing app, we can use them to expand our range of sellable products to ensure that we're providing a variety of items to fit all sorts of customer preferences. By incorporating different attributes like color, size, or even extra features, we can make different versions of a base product. This is particularly useful if we want to assign different prices to specific attributes, leading to unique pricing combinations. It's also important to note that manufacturing and supply chain processes depend on the variants that customers choose, since different components might be required to make different variations of a product. To better illustrate this, let's dive into our StealthyWood database and see how we can use product variants to expand our manufacturing scope. Before we get started, I want to mention that I've already activated and set up variants. This video will only cover product variants from a manufacturing standpoint. To learn more about how to set up and configure variants, check out our tutorials on variants we have for the sales application, which is linked in the video description below. Now, let's take a look at the product we'll be using today, the ergonomic desk chair, or Ergo desk chair for short. So let's go into the manufacturing app, go to the product subheading, and click on products. And then let's click on the Ergo desk chair product. This brings us to the product form. Under the inventory tab, I have the replenish on order MTO route selected for this product. This means that an MO will be generated automatically upon confirmation of a sales order for the product. For more information on make-to-order manufacturing, be sure to check out our other tutorial on that topic, which is also linked below. Okay, let's go ahead and click on the Attributes and Variants tab. Here we can see the attributes I've set up for this product. We can see that in the chair color line under Values, there are 3 colors to choose from: black, red, and blue. If I click on the Configure button on the headrest line, we can see that customers can add an optional headrest to the chair for an additional cost of $50, which we can see here under the Value Price Extra column. Okay, now that we've familiarized ourselves with the attributes, let's go ahead and examine the bill of materials for the Ergo desk chair. So let's go back to the Ergo desk chair product form via the breadcrumbs, and let's click on the Bill of Materials Smart button at the top, and let's click on Ergo desk chair. With product variants, it's important to note that even though we might have several variations of a product, the product itself should only have one bill of materials. All the components and operations for any possible variants should be compiled into a single BOM. This way, we only have to maintain one bill of materials for all variants, instead of having to manage BOMs for every single possible variant. If I want to view each variant separately, I can do so by selecting on the Products menu and then clicking on Product Variants. See how we can see every version of the chair here? But for now, let's take a more detailed look at the chair. So I'm going to go ahead and click back on my browser to take me back to the Ergo desk chair BOM. Okay, so we can see that the chair is composed of 3 basic components: the frame, the base, and the casters. These components will always be used, regardless of what variant is manufactured. I also have distinct components that correspond with each color option, as well as the optional headrest. What links these components to specific attributes is the Apply on Variants field. If it's not immediately visible, you can access it by clicking on the Additional Options menu on the far right. By assigning an attribute to a component, we tell Odoo which variant-specific components to reserve when orders are placed. Like our components, we should list all possible operations in this BOM. So let's go ahead and click on the Operations tab. For this product, I have Basic Assembly, which is always performed, and Optional Assembly, which is variant-specific. Let's go ahead and click into the Optional Assembly. By specifying with headrest on the Apply on Variants field for the Optional Assembly, I can tell Odoo to activate this work order only when a customer orders a chair with a headrest. Okay, let's go ahead and X out of this window. And let's click back into the Components tab. Here, under the Consumed in Operation column, I indicated when each component should be consumed. As you can see, we've assigned optional assembly operation to each headrest to ensure that it'll be consumed during the correct operation when ordered. Now, let's walk through a short sales flow to see what happens when a customer orders this chair. So let's hop into the sales app and click New. And let's create a quotation for our customer, Abigail Peterson. And let's choose the Ergo Desk Chair as our product. And would you look at that, Odooers? A pop-up appears asking for attribute information since we have variants configured. Let's say the customer wants a red chair with a headrest. As you can see, the headrest option costs an additional $50. Okay, let's go ahead and confirm this pop-up and then confirm the quotation at the top, turning the quotation into a sales order. Since I have the made to order route activated for this product, a manufacturing smart button will appear at the top. This takes us directly to the manufacturing order. Here, we'll make sure that our components match the specific variants that the customer ordered. Looks good to me. And let's go to our work orders tab to make sure that our work orders match as well. Since the customer added an additional headrest, we have the optional assembly operation lined up and waiting. Perfect. Now, let's process this manufacturing order by completing its work order in the shop floor module. So let's go back to our dashboard and hit shop floor. On the card for our manufacturing order, I can go to the first work order by clicking on the Assembly Station 1 button. After I assemble the chair, I just need to click on the 1 units button on the register production line to confirm the number of units I produced. Then click Mark as done to complete the work order. Once that work order fades away, the optional assembly work order appears. Since we set the red headrest to be consumed during this operation, another line appears on the work order titled Red Headrest, allowing us to confirm that we used 1 unit of the component. All I need to do now is click on the 1 units button and then click on Mark as all done again. Since that was the final work order for this MO, a Close Production button appears at the bottom of the work order, which I'll click to close the MO. Awesome! We've just manufactured a red Ergo Desk Chair with a headrest. In the future, if a customer orders a chair without a headrest, only the basic assembly operation will be triggered since there will be no need for the optional assembly operation. And there you have it, Odooers. In this video, we learned how to apply variants on products and add extra work orders to our manufacturing process. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.